All right, welcome back for another deep dive.
Mm-hmm.
Today, we're tackling something that can feel like a high-stakes game,
Oh, yeah.
the job interview.
Sure.
And to make it even more interesting,
Okay.
we're diving deep into the world of operations assistant roles,
Right.
using the potential interview questions and sample answers you sent us.
That's right. We're going beyond the typical do this, don't do that advice.
Okay,
We're going to uncover the hidden motivations behind these questions,
I like it.
the why behind the what, so you can truly impress those hiring managers.
Ooh.
Think of us as your secret weapon in this interview process.
I love that, a secret weapon.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I remember one time I completely froze up in an interview when they asked about my weaknesses.
Oh.
I just blurted out, I eat too much chocolate.
Huh.
Not exactly the strategic response they were looking for, I'm sure.
That's actually a perfect example of what we don't want to happen.
Okay.
It's not about memorizing perfect answers. It's about understanding what each question is really asking.
Okay.
Like that classic one, what are some of the most important skills for an operations assistant?
Right.
On the surface, it seems simple, but
But there's a deeper layer, right?
exactly, they're not just looking for a laundry list of skills.
Okay.
They want to see if you understand the core of the role.
Okay.
The sample answer emphasizes communication and organization.
Right.
Those are crucial, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
But think about why those matter
Okay.
and frame your answer that way.
So instead of just saying, I'm good at communication, I could talk about a time I saved a project from disaster
Yeah.
by clearly explaining a complex issue to different teams,
Uh-huh.
a story with impact.
You're getting stories are powerful.
Okay.
They make you memorable,
Right.
show you can apply those skills.
Uh-huh.
And honestly, they're just more interesting to listen to than a robotic list.
Right.
Another classic question is about handling mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone makes them. It's how you respond that matters.
Mm.
The example they give is about data entry,
Right.
but you could adapt that to any situation.
So even if I haven't worked as an operations assistant before,
Hmm.
I can still draw on experiences from other roles
Yeah,
to showcase those qualities, like taking
Yeah.
ownership and learning from my mistakes.
absolutely. Hiring managers want to see that you're not afraid to admit when you've messed up,
Okay.
but more importantly, that you've turned it into a learning experience.
Gotcha.
They want to see that growth mindset, that willingness to constantly improve.
Speaking of learning, there's a question about software programs used in the industry.
Okay.
It seems pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
But what if you haven't used the exact same programs?
Uh-huh.
Do they expect everyone to have the same experience?
It's not about having a checklist of specific software.
Right.
It's about showcasing your adaptability and that hunger to learn.
Okay.
Maybe you haven't used their scheduling software,
Right.
but you mastered a similar program in a previous role. Highlight that. Mention how quickly you pick up new systems,
Okay.
and you'll turn that potential weakness
Mm-hmm.
into a strength.
It's like showing them you're not just technically competent, but you're also a quick learner,
Mm-hmm.
which is valuable in any fast-paced environment.
Right. Spot on. And
Hmm.
speaking of fast-paced environments,
Okay.
several questions touch on handling pressure.
Right.
You know, I read a fascinating study
Uh-huh.
that found employees who thrive under pressure are 40% more productive
Wow.
than those who just tolerate it.
40%, that's huge.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not enough to just say, yeah, I can handle stress.
Right.
I need to show them I thrive in that environment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Share examples of how you've juggled multiple tasks,
Okay.
met tight deadlines,
Mm-hmm.
and stayed calm under pressure.
Right.
Maybe you even led a team through a particularly challenging project.
Okay.
Your enthusiasm for tackling those challenges will shine through.
Okay. Now there's a question that seems almost too basic.
All right.
Using office equipment like printers and copiers. Surely they don't expect someone to not know how to use a copier, right?
You'd be surprised, but it's not just about knowing how to make copies.
Okay.
Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Even in a highly digital world,
Right.
little technical glitches can throw a wrench in the gears.
So they're actually testing my resourcefulness and problem-solving skills.
Mm-hmm.
Like that example they gave about fixing a paper jam.
Exactly.
It shows I can handle those everyday hiccups without needing constant hand-holding.
Precisely. And you know what studies show? That companies lose an average of $5,600 per year per employee
What?
due to simple IT issues.
Oh, wow.
So showing them you can troubleshoot a printer jam,
Right.
you're basically demonstrating your value in dollars and cents.
Okay. That's a surprising fact I didn't expect.
Yeah.
It makes perfect sense, though.
Right.
No one wants to waste time on things that can be easily solved.
Yeah,
So it's not just about being tech savvy, it's about being proactive and solution oriented.
exactly. Now let's move on to a question that often trips people up. What are some of your most important qualities as an operations assistant?
Okay.
This one delves a bit deeper into your self-awareness and how you see yourself fitting into the role.
This one always feels a little like a trap to me. Am I supposed to brag about myself without sounding arrogant?
It's all about finding the right balance.
Okay.
Think about 2 or 3 qualities that are essential for an operations assistant,
Mm-hmm.
like attention to detail or the ability to multitask,
Right.
and then bring them to life with examples.
Okay.
Why is attention to detail important to you?
Right.
How has your ability to multitask helped you succeed in the past?
So I'm not just listing qualities. I'm explaining what they mean to me
Mm-hmm.
and how they translate into real-world actions.
Yeah,
It's about showcasing my values and work ethic.
exactly. It's about showing them you've got the skills, but you also understand the why behind them. You're not just an employee, you're someone who's passionate about doing the job well.
I'm starting to see a pattern here. It's not about giving textbook answers. Mm-hmm.
It's about showcasing who I am and how my experiences align with their needs.
Each question is an opportunity to tell your story,
Yeah.
demonstrate your value,
Mm-hmm.
and prove you're the perfect fit for the role.
Okay.
Now, are you ready to dive into some more challenging questions?
I think so. All
Okay.
right, bring it on.
We're just getting warmed up.
Okay.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right, bring on the challenge.
Oh,
I'm ready to see what other interview gems we can unearth. What's up next?
let's tackle one that often makes people squirm.
Okay.
How would you describe your work ethic?
Okay.
It seems straightforward,
Right.
but it could be tricky to strike the right tone.
Yeah.
You don't want to sound boastful,
Right.
but you also don't want to downplay your dedication.
It's like walking a tightrope between confidence and humility.
Exactly. The key here is to let your actions speak louder than words.
Okay.
Instead of just saying, I'm a hard worker,
Right.
share a specific anecdote
Yeah.
that illustrates your work ethic. Maybe you pulled an all-nighter to meet a deadline, or went above and beyond to help a colleague. Paint a picture with your words.
That reminds me of a time when I was working on a major project
Yeah.
and a key team member got sick.
Well,
I volunteered to take on their responsibilities,
wow.
even though it meant working late nights and weekends. In the end, we delivered the project on time and under budget.
Great.
It was exhausting,
Yeah.
but it felt amazing to step up and contribute to the team's success.
That's a perfect example. It showcases your dedication, teamwork, and willingness to go the extra mile. Remember, stories like that are not just about bragging.
Right.
They're about demonstrating your values and how you approach challenges.
Okay, what about that dreaded question?
Oh, yeah.
How would you handle a situation where you made a mistake while working on a project?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Nobody's perfect.
Right.
So how do you answer this honestly without raising red flags?
Honesty is crucial,
Okay.
but it's not about dwelling on your flaws. It's about demonstrating accountability and a solution-oriented mindset.
Right.
The example they give focuses on a data entry error,
Yeah.
but the principle applies to any mistake.
Okay.
Own up to it. Explain the steps you took to correct it, and most importantly, highlight what you learned from the experience.
So instead of just saying, I messed up, I could talk about the specific steps I took to fix the problem and the systems I implemented to prevent it from happening again.
Exactly. It shows that you're not just capable of taking responsibility,
Mm-hmm.
but you're also proactive in preventing future mistakes.
Right.
It's all about that growth mindset, remember?
Yeah. Here's one that I think a lot of people struggle with.
Okay, what is it?
What are some of your weaknesses? It feels like a trap.
I know, right?
What if I admit to a weakness that disqualifies me from the job?
It's understandable to feel that way,
Okay.
but it's actually an opportunity to demonstrate self-awareness and a commitment to personal development.
Okay.
The key is to choose a weakness that is not critical for the role and to frame it in a way that highlights your proactive approach to improvement.
So instead of saying, I'm terrible at public speaking, which might be a deal breaker for some roles,
Right.
I could say, I'm working on improving my public speaking skills by joining Toastmasters and taking presentation workshops.
Exactly. It shows that you recognize areas for growth and are actively taking steps to address them. Employers value that kind of self-awareness and initiative.
This is really shifting my perspective on how to approach these questions. It's not about hiding my imperfections,
Mm-hmm.
but rather using them as opportunities to demonstrate my commitment to growth.
Absolutely. Now let's talk about a question that can make or break your chances.
Okay.
Why should we hire you?
Ooh, yeah.
This is your moment to shine,
Mm-hmm.
to really sell yourself and your unique qualifications.
This one always makes me feel like I'm on a reality TV competition,
Haha, I know the feeling.
trying to convince the judges why I deserve to win.
Think of it as your elevator pitch.
Okay.
You need to be concise,
Mm-hmm.
compelling, and connect your skills directly to the needs of the role.
Okay.
Why are you the best person to solve their problems? What unique value do you bring to the table?
So I need to do my research,
Yeah.
understand their pain points,
Mm-hmm.
and then position myself as the solution.
Right.
It's like being a detective,
Mhm.
but instead of solving a crime, I'm solving their hiring needs.
That's a great analogy.
Mm-hmm.
It's about understanding their needs and demonstrating how your experience, skills, and personality make you the perfect fit.
This is really making me think about interviews in a whole new way. It's not just about answering questions.
Mm-hmm.
It's about crafting a narrative,
Yeah.
showcasing my value,
Uh.
and proving that I'm not just qualified, I'm the ideal candidate.
You're getting it now. Are you ready for a few more challenging questions?
I think so.
Okay,
Hit me.
we're just getting warmed up.
All right, hit me with those final challenging questions. I'm feeling empowered and ready to tackle anything.
Okay, let's talk about salary expectations.
Ooh, yeah, that's a big one.
This question often pops up, and it can be a tricky dance between knowing your worth
Right.
and not pricing yourself out of the running.
Hmm.
Have you ever found yourself stumbling over this one?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I once went into an interview totally unprepared to talk about salary.
Oh, no.
When they asked me about my expectations, I just kind of blurted out the first number that came to mind.
Hmm.
Later, I realized I had significantly undervalued myself.
It happens.
Talk about a missed opportunity.
It's a common mistake.
Yeah.
That's why research is key.
Okay.
Before you even step into the interview room,
Right.
check sites like Glassdoor and Salary.com to get a sense of the typical salary range for similar roles in your area.
Mm-hmm.
Then when they ask about your expectations,
Okay.
you can confidently say something like, based on my research and experience, I'm targeting a salary range of X to Y.
That sounds much more confident and prepared than my deer-in-the-headlights approach.
Right.
It shows them I've done my homework and understand the market value for my skills.
Exactly. You're not just throwing out a random number.
Yeah, right.
You're demonstrating that you're informed and have a realistic understanding of your worth.
Okay.
Now, there's another set of questions that often throws people off.
Okay.
Why should we hire you? Or what makes you the best candidate for this role?
Right, those are classics.
They seem similar,
Yeah.
but is there a subtle difference?
You know, I've always wondered that myself.
Mm-hmm.
I tend to approach them the same way,
Yeah.
but I have a feeling there's a nuance I'm missing.
You're right there. Why should we hire you? Is a direct invitation to sell yourself and your unique qualifications.
Okay.
Focus on your strengths
Mm-hmm.
and how they align with the specific needs of the role.
Right.
Highlight how your skills and experience will directly benefit them.
Gotcha.
On the other hand, what makes you the best candidate implies a comparison to others.
Okay, so for that one, I need to really emphasize what sets me apart from the competition. Maybe a unique skill set,
Uh-huh.
a specific accomplishment, or
Yeah.
even a unique perspective I bring to the table.
Precisely think about what makes you stand out from the crowd and showcase those differentiating factors.
Okay.
Remember, you're not just qualified, you're the best fit for the role.
I like it.
Now, we've talked about the tough questions,
Mm-hmm.
but what about the end of the interview
Right.
when they ask, do you have any questions for us?
Oh, yeah.
It feels like the pressure's off,
Right.
but is it really?
This is another one that always trips me up.
Really?
I'm usually so focused on answering their questions that I completely blank when it's my turn to ask.
I get it.
It feels like a test, but I'm not sure what the right answers are.
It's absolutely still part of the evaluation.
Okay.
This is your opportunity to demonstrate your genuine interest in the role and the company.
Mm-hmm.
Having a few thoughtful questions prepared
Hmm.
shows that you've done your research and you're eager to learn more.
Okay, so what kind of questions should I be asking? What will impress them?
Instead of asking about things you could easily find on their website, dig a little deeper. You could ask about the company's culture, the
Yeah.
team dynamics, or opportunities for growth within the organization.
Mm-hmm.
You can also ask about the next steps in the hiring process to show you're eager to move forward.
It's like I'm interviewing them a bit too, right? getting a sense of whether this is the right environment for me to thrive.
Exactly. It's a two-way street.
Yeah,
You're not just looking for any job, you're looking for the right fit.
right.
And by asking insightful questions, you're showing them that you're thoughtful, engaged, and truly invested in finding the right opportunity.
This entire deep dive has been incredibly insightful.
I agree.
We've uncovered the hidden motivations behind those tricky interview questions,
Mm-hmm.
learned how to craft compelling responses,
Right.
and even practice showcasing our unique value. I feel like I have a secret weapon now.
I agree. Remember, preparation is key.
Mm-hmm.
By understanding the questions,
Mm-hmm.
crafting thoughtful responses, and showcasing your authentic self, you can make a lasting impression and land that dream job. You've got this.
So for all of you out there preparing for your operations assistant interview, remember, it's not about memorizing answers. It's about showcasing your skills, sharing your experiences, and proving you're the perfect fit.
And don't forget, confidence is key. Believe in yourself. You've got this.
We'll be back soon with another deep dive into a topic where you care about. Until then, happy interviewing.